If you go up north to a really big city, right in the middle of the skyscrapers and all the traffic and the airplanes flying through the air, there's a park. And the grass is green. And there's swing sets and sliding boards and merry-go-rounds. And there's also a statue. Now, lots of people play on the statue and have their pictures taken by the statue, and the birds perch there occasionally. But nobody really knows the story of the statue. But this is the one I heard. A long, long time ago, in a country on the other side of the ocean, there lived two brothers. They owned a cobbler shop, and one of them's name was Mario, and the other one was Luigi. A cobbler shop is a little store where they fix and make shoes. Luigi and Mario had dreamed for years about coming to America, and the opportunity came. And when the door opened and they could come, they packed up all their belongings and put them together and came across the ocean to America. And rented a little shop right in downtown in this same big city. Packed everything away. And as they were unpacking, they came across the box. Now, the box was a very special box. You see, their father was a cobbler, and so was their grandfather. And they never knew for sure, but some years ago, a long time before them, an old woman in the village had passed the box along. And the message was, never, ever, ever open the box. So their grandfather kept it, and their father kept it, and they kept it. And they wrote right on the top, never open the box. Well, Luigi and Mario put the box away in the basement of their new cobbler shop, right in the downtown of this big city. And they were busy growing their business, and everything was going along in a lovely fashion. Lots of shoes to fix and lots of shoes to make, and they bought houses and were neighbors as well as co-workers and brothers. But they had no sons, no one to pass the business along to when they got old. And as they approached retirement age, they hired an apprentice. This apprentice was an eager young man and quick to learn all about the cobbler business, how to resole shoes and fix the last and buy new shoes and sell them retail to their customers. Luigi and Mario were pleased with his progress. And one day, while he was going through the basement, he found the box. Luigi and Mario, just for their own sake, had written on the top of the box, never ever open this box. Well, that made the apprentice quite curious, as you can imagine. And what happened was supposed to happen, and what was supposed to happen happened, and Mario and Luigi retired, and they left the business to the apprentice for him to run. Not too long after that, Mario died, and the apprentice had the run of the whole business. One day, as he was straightening up in the basement, he saw the box. And he read the writing on the box, never ever open this box. Now he began to wonder, as I think we all would, wonder what's in that box. What could possibly be there that would be so bad and so terrible that through all these years, nobody could ever open the box. So then he got brave. And his curiosity got overcome by what he had been told. So he went to the toolbox and he got a crowbar. And slowly but surely he pried the box just a little bit open, and it creaked and squeaked like a door that needed oil. He peeked down in the box and it was too dark, he couldn't see anything. So a little bit more he pried at the top of the box, and then suddenly it popped open. He jumped back. The fear overcame him, his heart was racing. He looked down in the box, and all he could see was this statue. The apprentice was confused. He opened the box and nothing bad happened. All he could see was this little statue. But he noticed, taped on the top of the box, there was a note. The paper was old and brown and faded. He opened it slowly so as not to tear it. The message said, roll this note up and place it in the left ear of the statue. And then there were some words underneath on the paper that were written in a foreign language that he couldn't understand. His curiosity was killing him. So he slowly but surely lifted the statue from the box and set it on the table, rolled it up in a tight little circle, and stuck it right in the left ear of the statue. Well, for just a second, nothing happened. No smoke appeared from the floor, no explosions, nor bright lights. Nobody got hurt. But when he looked again, he noticed the statue was moving his head back and forth. And his arms unfolded from around his chest, and he stretched really big, like he had been asleep for 100 years. He yawned and blinked his eyes and began to rub them slowly. The apprentice was watching closely and keeping his distance because he just didn't know what might happen next. The statue said, I am Golem, and you have freed me. I am here to do your bidding. The apprentice smiled and thought, here to do my bidding. He didn't even know exactly what this meant, but it could be really good, he thought. So he gave it a try. He said to the Golem, clean up my shop. The Golem rose, took a broom and began sweeping the floor, collecting the trash and dusting all the dusty, dirty things that were in the basement. Now the apprentice stroked his chin and thought, this could work out very well for me. So he asked the Golem, he said, follow me upstairs. They walked upstairs to the shop. He told the Golem, wash the windows, shine up these shoes. The Golem began to work. He washed the windows till they sparkled with the sunshine. He dusted off the counters. He polished up all the shoes. They looked like they were brand new. The apprentice was laughing. He could not understand the note that said, never open the box. As soon as the Golem finished, he said to the apprentice, what else would you have me to do, master? The apprentice could not hardly believe it. He said, "Go in the kitchen and make me a sandwich." The Golem walked into the kitchen. The apprentice sat down and began to read the newspaper. And in just a bit, in came the Golem carrying his sandwich. He thought this was very good. He ate his sandwich, and as he was eating, the Golem said in a rusty voice, "I'm here to do your bidding. Give me more work to do." The apprentice was a little startled by that and thought, something's unusual here, but I'll think of something for him to do. He said, "Go outside and wash my car and mow the grass and trim the hedges and mend the fence," thinking that would be enough for the Golem. And in just a little while, the Golem was finished with that job and came back inside and said, "Give me another job to do." And the apprentice said, "Go back and wash the windows again." And the Golem went to the windows and began washing, and when he did, the apprentice ran down the street to Luigi's house. And just as he almost got to Luigi's house, he looked behind him, and the Golem was stomping down the street as hard as he could. And he caught the apprentice at the front door of Luigi's house and began to shake him violently and say, "Give me another job to do! Give me another job to do!" And just as he was doing that, Luigi opened the door, and he was aghast. The Golem had escaped from the box, and there was no stopping him. "Give me another job to do! Give me another job to do!" He screamed at the apprentice, "Where's the note? Where's the note?" And when the apprentice reached to his pocket to pull it out, the Golem took it from him. And Luigi thought fast and said, "Go to the park and do whatever the children tell you to do." Immediately, the Golem dropped the apprentice and marched to the park where all the children were playing. The children were fascinated by the Golem, and they ran to him. And he sat down, and the children began to ask questions. Why is the grass green? Why do birds sing in the spring? What makes the sky blue? Why does the ocean have waves? The Golem heard one question after another all afternoon. And then without warning, he rolled the paper and pulled it from his ear and turned back to a statue.